Good morning all. It's Friday the 19th of May and I thought I'd do a little bit of a test shave today with something a little controversial, perhaps a little different. This is in homage to the shave that I had on Tuesday by a professional barber, Mr. Hashim Baloui. I'm using the Arco, which he uses. This is an Arco stick. It's actually, I find it's quite a nice fragrance, but then what do I know? It's okay actually, it's quite nice. Anyway, I just thought I'd slap a little bit of this stick on to see how well it lathers. I've used it before and it's cheap and cheerful, I like it. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to talk about. What I was going to talk about was, I'll just lather up, was the ability of people to hone after getting a slight nick on their edge. Not particularly Hisham's fault, but in his shop on Tuesday there was a slight clash of razors. He was in his usual professional hurry, and of course Hisham is used to using disposable blade shavettes, and you can throw them on the floor, jump on them, as I'm sure he does, and it makes little or no difference. Of course, they're nasty disposable things anyway, but you have to be so much more careful when you're dealing with a fine quality, particularly when it's a custom razor. So, with a very slight damaged edge on my rather nice Sprecher with the Keranite scales, that's the green and black one, I thought, right, I'll hone that up as carefully as I can so that it's back to 20K Suhiru, which is of course synthetic, very, 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 very shiny. I've done the usual tests with it. It's very good both directions of the hanging hair test. That is not an indicator of a perfect shave, but as I've said many times before, sorry to be boring, but I won't shave with a razor that doesn't hanging hair test both directions of its of the hair. Anyway, that looks pretty good. I think that'll do. Now, here's the thing. This is what's going to make this interesting. Here, ta-da! Here is the Max Sprecher, which had the nick in the edge and now is back to 20K. But here's another Max Sprecher. Now this is an absolute beauty, but this one wasn't shaving very well. I've only used it once, didn't like it. Had a look under the scope. The edge was not very wonderful. So this fella I've actually put onto a very fine Arkansas, first translucent, then Arkansas black. So this has got the frosty edge. So it's beginning with frosty edge, natural stone, highly polished synthetic stone. Let's go with the synthetic first. So this was, and always has been, a very, very good razor. Yeah. That's back on form. Yeah. You might have noticed how thick my stubble is today. I haven't shaved since Tuesday. So it's pretty dense. Yeah, that's nice. It's not overwhelmingly nice. As you can see, it's chewed through first pass very, very successfully. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little more water onto the lather. My favourite good idea from Dapper Shaves. Thank you, Shax. Always keep your lather nice and wet. yet. That's good. Right. Now, let's try the giant Max Sprecher, beautiful quality, specially ordered by our friend Sergio Bandafrito in California and forced to sell, but there you go. Anyway, this fella, look at that. This fella is a monster. And this is only the second time I've tried it. And this one is on the Arkansas edge. So this is a natural edge. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a different sound. Oh my goodness me. This is singing. Wow, wow, wow. I wouldn't say it's, on the first pass it's infinitely better. Feels very similar. Angle is everything. You have to be quite a low angle, but that's why I like big razors. You can judge the angle so accurately. But between the two, at the moment, this is shaving better than it was. It had a pretty dire edge on it, to be honest. But let's go one more try on this side. Let's go. Now do the single pass again, because I like the noise. This is slightly more hollow ground, hence why you can hear it. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. It's a good razor. Just goes to show you've got to persist with different edges, I guess. Anyway, I'm not going to be too much longer. I just want to try roughly the same area again with the green Sprecher. Well, well, well. How interesting. You hear the difference? Isn't that amazing? So this fella is a much more shallow angle. And this one has just that slight bit more. I think this one you could almost call probably a half hollow. And I think I prefer it. However, just as a comparison, this is the tiny, tiny little 3/8, which was used on Tuesday briefly by our good friend Hisham. How about that as a comparison? As you can see, I rather do like experimenting with different blades. And variety is the spice of life. And I think you should be able to shave with pretty much anything that's got an edge worth shaving with. Let's see, against the grain, how this little fella does. Good. Very good. Yep, across the grain's fine. Let's see on the other side. This has been again honed on, well actually I only took it to 10k and then quite a lot of stropping. The being a Wustenholm, its pedigree is very, very good. You know, on a second pass, this little tiny Wustenholm is absolutely brilliant. It doesn't drag, it doesn't pull. Just goes to show the tiny, tiny little blade. little more difficult to judge your angles because it is so small. But what a surprise. So out of extremely different razors, we've gone from 12/8 wedge, almost wedge, to this little 3/8 antique. And in all honesty, it works. I don't think I've got quite the same control. Let's go back to this one. This is a noisy razor. Half hollow. Really showing itself off today. Yeah, I feel a little more in control. Definitely you've got more control with a big razor. But again, it's not everything, is it? Anyway, chaps, I just thought I'd bumble around these edges. So, the quarter hollow wedge, the green and black Keranite, has come second, and that's with a 20k Suhiru edge. It's come second to this monster. Which I don't find that surprising. It's nice. Yeah. Very controllable. These are all normal steels, of course. I'm hoping soon-ish to be able to try one of the more exotic modern steels, courtesy of Trevor Wolfson, who I hope to meet. I'm not really in favour of Damascus steel at the moment. I've had some indifferent experiences with Damascus. Whereas homogeneous steel at the moment is my favourite. I mean, you can't beat a good shave with a good steel. That's very, very nice. I wouldn't say it's the best shave I've ever had. I'm still looking forward to the best shave I've ever had. Anyway, chaps, all I would say is, there we go, another little shave test done. Martin's shave test. So, the winner, without doubt, is this giant Sprecher with an Arkansas edge to it, stropped exactly the same as the others. So, you know, I don't cheat. This has had exactly the same number of laps. There, in comparison, 2 seconds, I shall be with you. Just wipe off some of the crud from the blade. There is the quarter hollow, which has got a fully synthetic edge, and there's a little dinny one. How about that? Which you can shave with, no two ways about it. That is traditional Sheffield steel. It's a Worstenholm. It's a 3/8, and I would say it's probably originally a half hollow. So, no great conclusions. The Arco, oh, it's fine. It does the job. It's not the most luxurious, but anyway, that's not my specialty. So, chaps, coming up 15 minutes. Hope you like this. If you do, please subscribe. And if you already have, thank you very much. And I'll see you guys all soon. Bye for now. Bye.